Howard Kellman, Andrew Kappas back at Victory Field, and we'll be ready to play ball in just a moment or two. How about if you run through those lineup and batting orders again, Andrew?
First visit to Victory Field for the Bats, just about an hour and a half down I-65 there in the Derby City. Jacob Hurtubise will lead off for Louisville. Blake Dunn back from Cincinnati, option back during the last road trip. He'll bat second. Yvonne Johnson in the 3 spot with Francisco Urbaez cleaning up. Edwin Rios batting 5th with Levi Jordan hitting 6th. Jack Rogers in the 7 spot. P.J. Higgins hitting 8th with Davis Wenzel rounding out the starting 9 for the Louisville Bats. A very different starting lineup for them. Will Benson, Reese Hines in the big leagues, as is Noelvi Marte and Tyler Callahan, although both of them are on the big league injured list. Nonetheless, for the Indians, Nick York will lead things off with Spencer Horwitz on loan from Pittsburgh batting second. League's leading hitter Nick Solak hits third with Jack Sowinski cleaning up. Derek Hall hits 5th. Billy Cook in the 6th spot. Brett Sullivan batting 7th with Alika Williams hitting 8th and Sung-Chae Chang rounding out the starting 9. Another new leadoff man, no Ji-Hwan Bae, still with Pittsburgh, so it'll be Nick York atop Chris Truby's lineup here tonight. And on the hill, freshly elevated on the prospect list, he is now the number 1 pitching prospect in all of baseball, number 2 overall. It's Bubba Chandler, the 22-year-old righty, taking his warm-up tosses. 2-1 on the season, a 2.25 ERA, 41 strikeouts in 28 innings, only 15 hits allowed with 11 walks, although nearly a third of them, or over a third of them, in fact, were his last outing against Columbus, and he's looking to bounce back from that start against the Clippers when he gave up 3 runs on 5 hits over 2 2/3. Those were season highs as far as runs, hits, and walks, in a season low in innings pitched. He's trying to get back to that form like we saw back on May 1st in Omaha when he allowed 1 run over 5 innings and fanned 9. Bubba ready to go on the Victory Field mound. Ready to go on the mic is Howard.
Okay, thanks so much, Andrew, and wherever you are on this Tuesday evening, we thank you for joining us. And we certainly hope you enjoy Indianapolis Indians baseball and a Hoosier, the fleet-footed Jacob Hurtubise, to lead off for Louisville. Batting 163, left-hand batter with great speed. And a fastball high and away, ball 1. This game underway from Victory Field in the Circle City. 72 degrees, wind blowing out to left field, cloudy skies. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball high, ball 2, 2-0. Hurtubise 5 out of 5 in the stolen base department. And the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, right through a fastball, strike 1. That was a get-me-over fastball, 94 miles an hour. Bubba often throws 98, 99 miles an hour with that fastball. He delivers, and a fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2, a pitch up and away, 2-2.
Well, we saw this 2 starts ago with Bubba when the fastball was about 2 to 3 miles an hour slower in the first inning. And then from the rest of the start, he was 98 to 100, as you said, Howard. That last one at 94.7.
The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, blew a fastball by him, strike 3. So Hurtubise, who is whose great uncle, Jim Hurtubise of racing fame, strikes out swinging.
They dialed it up there to end the at-bat. He climbed the ladder, 97 up and away. Hurtubise couldn't catch up to it.
5 straight fastballs. Now Blake Dunn, 0 for 9 as a Louisville bat. Fastball high and tight, ball 1. Spencer Horwitz playing first, Nick York at second. Sung-Chae Chang at short, Alika Williams at third, and there's a strike, and that was the breaking ball, the first one he's thrown. Jack Sowinski in left, Billy Cook in center, Nick Solak in right. Brett Sullivan catching, Bubba Chandler pitching. Here's a bouncing ball over the head of the third baseman Williams, down the left field line, into the corner where it's picked up by Sowinski, and Blake Dunn has his first hit with the bats. It's a double. Williams was not playing deep, and it bounced over his head. Now Yvonne Johnson, switch hitter batting left, hitting 238, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. 1 out. Done at second, top of the first. Defense straight up. Fastball is a strike. 0-1. Chandler to the belt. Dunn leads, and a breaking ball inside, kicks to the left of Sullivan, and alertly Dunn goes to third. That ball didn't go that far to Sullivan's left, but the moment it did, Dunn took off. So he's at third base with 1 out. The Indians will pull the infield in. And the 1-0 delivery. Swung on, foul back, out of play. Fastball, 98 miles an hour. Ruled a wild pitch charge to Bubba Chandler. So, Dunn at third, 1 out. Right-hand batting Francisco Urbias on deck. Dunn leads away. Chandler would like to get his strikeout. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that is strike 3, and there are 2 away. And a big out there. No longer is the infield in. And the batter, Francisco Urbias. Hitting .277, a homer and 12 RBIs, and a fastball foul back out of play. So a big strikeout for Chandler. 2 outs. And Dunn at third.
Well, coming in, Bubba didn't have enough innings to qualify for the ERA race, but he was tied for 9th in punch-outs despite those few innings, 41.
And a fastball high and tight, and that's a ball. And it hit him apparently, grazed him. Chris Truby doesn't think so. And he's going to talk to the plate umpire, Mark Stewart Jr., about it.
Well, I don't think he was going to call it initially, and then Urbias turned around and pointed to his elbow. He might have gotten his back elbow. And
from Urbias, well, that shows you the respect, I guess, for Chandler. From Urbias, I don't want to get hit with a pitch. There's a man on third. I want that RBI. So first and third. Here's left-hand batting Edwin Rios. Hitting .203, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Fastball poured in there, strike 1. 98 miles an hour. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And a fastball swung on, hit high in the air to left field. Sawinski getting under it to make the catch and retire the side. At the end of a half inning,
Bubba Chandler pitches out of trouble in the top of the first, leaving men at the corners. Aaron Wilkerson goes to work, the 6'2 veteran, 35 years of age, inked to a minor league deal this past January by the Reds. A little bit of big league time in Milwaukee. 3rd career start against the Indians. He's 3-1, a 4.89 ERA on the year.
Okay, Andrew, and Nick York leads off against him. And the right-hander's pitch is a little bit high. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, ball 1. Nick has raised the average to .250 after a slow start. 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Fastball misses outside, ball 2. Spencer Hurwitz on deck. And a breaking ball, a slider over the outside corner belt tie for a strike. A very good 2-0 pitch there. Infielders straight up, outfielders around to the right. Fastball fouled back on the screen, strike 2.
You don't see this often, Howard, but outside of maybe a big league rehabber, but mentioned it was the second make it third career start for Wilkerson against the Indians. The first two were separated by nearly a decade.
Wow.
2016 when he was with Pawtucket, and then this year.
And a breaking ball bounced right back to him. Wilkerson's got it. The flip over to Rios, one man out. Now Spencer Hurwitz, and Andrew, he's beginning his third week of rehabbing. You're allowed 20 days. And he rehabbed for a week with Altoona and last week with the Indians. Usually players don't take this long. It's already 2 weeks.
It's been basically a spring training for him, although he's been playing 7 or 9 innings each time.
Right. He takes high ball one. Hitting .222 with the Indians, 4 for 18. A double and an RBI. Left-hand batter. Holds that bat straight up. And takes a fastball in there, 90 miles an hour, strike one. Wilkerson looks in and delivers. And a slider is high, ball two. One out, bases empty, no score, bottom of the first. Third baseman Levi Jordan very wide of the bag and deep. And a breaking ball swung on, lashed foul right side. Deep and foul and out of play. Nick Solak on deck. Horwitz with that thumb injury. And the 2-2 delivery. It's lined to left field, however, it hangs up. And Johnson makes the catch. Spencer hit it right on the nose, hit it very hard, but to straightaway left. And Johnson came in a few steps and caught it. 2 outs, and now the league's leading hitter, Nick Solak. Batting .384 with a 5-game hitting streak. 5 homers, 17 RBIs. Wilkerson delivers. Fouled at the plate, strike one. Jordan Shue, our producer-director on TV tonight, MILB TV. Sam Fritz in the studio, Fox Sports 1260, WNDE. And a fastball a little bit outside, ball one, 1-1. Two men out, no one on. No score, bottom of the first, Louisville and Indianapolis. He went around, I believe. No, they said no, he checked it. A slider outside. I thought that Solak waved at it, but they said no, he didn't swing. 2 balls and a strike. And a slider up and away, ball 3. Jack Sawinski on deck. The righty pitches. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Counts full. Start of a 6-game series. Please note tomorrow starting time 6:05. Baseball and education Thursday. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop's left. A grass cutter gloved by Wenzel, and the throw on to Rios in time. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. And we move to the top half of the second inning. A game delayed at the outset. We'll give you the time of the delay in a moment or two. About 40 minutes or so. Levi Jordan to lead off for Louisville. Batting .215, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Chandler looks in and delivers. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. And this pitch, fastball high and tight. The right-hander again looks in. Outfielder's very shallow. Fastball fouled straight back out of play, 97 miles an hour. Jack Rogers on deck. Cook in center, shaded to right center. There's a long drive hit out to deep left field. That ball's way back. It's off the wall. Zawinski bumps into the wall, picks the ball up, and Levi Jordan has a double on a hanging breaking ball. And Louisville's second double of the game. This one a leadoff hit. Now Jack Rogers, the DH. 7-for-16. Left-hand batter. Fastball high and away. No homers, 3 RBIs. Open stance and wide spread. Jordan leads away. And a breaking ball misses high for a ball. Jordan leads. Chandler pitches. Fastball, a little bit outside. That pitch was very close. But now it's 3 balls, no strikes. Rogers could have a green light. And a fastball way high, ball 4. That's uncharacteristic of Chandler, and Brett Sullivan wants to talk to him, and so does pitching coach Drew Bennis. They both head to the mound. So Louisville with runners at first and second, nobody out. And the meeting at the mound continues. So the plate umpire, Mark Stewart Jr., goes out there too. And the meeting breaks up. Here's P.J. Higgins. Hitting 200, 2 homers, 10 RBIs, right-hand batter. Catching tonight, he also plays first base. The Indians do not think he'll be bunting. 2 men on, nobody out. Fastball way inside and high, almost hit him. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And again, the runners lead. And the 1-0 delivery. And he lays a pitch right down the heart of the plate. Strike 1, 1-1. Boy, surprised that Higgins was just taking all the way there. That was a good pitch to hit. This pitch, fastball swing and a miss, strike 2, in on him. 98 miles an hour over the inner half. Davis Wenzel on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chandler sets. Runners lead, nobody out. And a fastball, and he got the outside corner at the knees, strike 3. Dialed it up a notch, 99 miles an hour, 1 away. Bubba's 3rd strikeout. Now Davis Wenzel. Hitting 226, 3 homers, 17 RBIs. And he swings at a breaking ball, pops it up, short right center field. Can anybody get there? Yes, the center fielder, Billy Cook, does. Nice catch by Billy, went a long way, angling in and to his left. And there are 2 outs, no advance.
This is the third straight start for Cook out in center field, and he's made some really nice running catches over these last 3 games for the Indians. Maybe finding a bit of a home there defensively while Ji-hwan Bae is in the bigs with Pittsburgh.
Well, he runs well, and I think Billy, utilizing his speed there, just outran the ball. So 2 outs, the batter, Jacob Hurtubise. Chandler threw him 5 straight fastballs and struck him out, opening up the game. Fastball fouled back on the screen. "44-minute rain delay at the outset." Thank you, Anna Kaiser. And there's a pitch over the inside corner at the knees, strike 2. Runners lead first and second. Chandler to the belt, and the pitch. He waves and he misses a fastball that was up and out of the zone. Strike 3, and Bubba with that great stuff bounces back after the first 2 men got on. And we go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Jack Sawinski leads off, hitting .267, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Aaron Wilkerson had a 1-2-3 opening inning, and his first pitch is a strike, knee-high, inside corner. The lights are on at this beautiful downtown ballpark at the corner of West and Maryland. Fastball hit high in the air, down the left field line, and hustling over the left fielder, but that ball is out of play. Johnson was over there, but it twisted and faded and went out of play. Louisville nothing, Indians nothing. Bottom half of inning 2. You know, Bubba Chandler's pulling a Paul Skeens from last night. A lot of base runners, but no runs. Paul ended up pitching 6 innings against the Mets. Watched the game on TV. He allowed only 1 run, which is excellent, but he gave up something like 6 hits and 3 or 4 walks. And a fastball popped up, short left center field. Can anybody get there? Yes, the center fielder, Blake Dunn. Very similar to the ball that Billy Cook caught in the top of the inning, although that one was in right center. And each time the center fielder took charge, and this time in left center. Now the DH, Derek Hall. Batting .193, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. And he swings and hammers a ground ball foul to the right side, strike 1. 1 man out, nobody on. Bottom of the second. Tough loss for the Pirates to the Mets last night. The right-hander's pitch. Inside at the letters, a breaking ball. DJ Stewart is okay. He could play. He had a bruise on his foot after fouling a ball off his back foot. Here's a ground ball right to the first baseman. Dug out there by Rios, and he flips it over to Wilkerson covering. He easily could have taken it himself. And there are 2 outs. Now Billy Cook, hitting .184, no homers and 7 runs batted in. Aaron Wilkerson is retired the first 5 Indians he's faced tonight. And a fastball hit high in the air off the end of the bat, foul left side and out of play. So we go at 6:05 tomorrow, 11:05 Thursday, baseball and education, a prospects weekend, 7:05 Friday, 6:35 Saturday, and 1:35 Sunday. Kids eat free every Sunday. That'll wrap up this longest homestand of the season, 12 games. And there's a ball hit off the end of the bat, short right center, and an excellent catch by Urbaez, the second baseman, angling back and to his left. That ball had all kinds of overspin on it, and he caught it.
Third inning we go here at Victory Field. We're scoreless between the Louisville Bats and the Indianapolis Indians. 2 hits on the board for Louisville, none for Indy so far as Bubba Chandler goes to work. Bubba has worked out of trouble in the first 2 frames. First pitch, swing and a miss, a fastball in on his hands for strike 1. Blake Dunn, 1 for 10. As Howard mentioned in his first AB, had not picked up a hit until that double in the first inning that went down the third base line on a high bounce. 0-1, a fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Bubba looking for smoother sailing. Men at the corners in the first inning, runners at first and second, nobody out in the second, but was able to pitch out of both jams. 0-2 misses up and in for a ball, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count. 1-2, fastball right on the outside corner, strike 3. Dunn will challenge, but that looked like a really good pitch from Bubba. We'll see if ABS confirms it.
That's got to be a strike.
And it is. Oh, my goodness, it is.
Yeah, I mean, you don't challenge that situation.
Bubba's got 5 punch-outs. ABS not required. 1 away. Yvonne Johnson struck out swinging in the first inning, and he's back for more. Left-handed hitter against the righty Chandler. Bubba came in tied for 9th in the league in punch-outs. That number going to go up as this one floats in a little bit high for ball 1. Johnson getting some of the lion's share of cleanup duties now that Will Benson and Reese Hines are in the big leagues. It's a new tooled lineup for Louisville. Hurtubise and Dunn, the most notable additions from Cincinnati. It's the 1-0, ripped through and missed, strike 1. Might have got a small piece of that, but either way, it ends up in the mitt of Brett Sullivan. 1-1 on the inner half, strike 2. Yvonne Johnson hitting .235 on the year. Extra base hits hard to come by the first few weeks of the year, but he has picked up that pace since being asked to be the cleanup man for these bats. The 1-2 coming plateward. Fastball outside corner again, frozen, strike 3. 6 punch outs as Bubba is piling them up as that hits 100. Chandler 2 up, 2 down here in the third inning, looking for his first routine frame of the day, but nothing routine about that fastball. Nasty on the outside corner at triple digits. First one in the dirt for ball 1 to Francisco Urbaez as it's 1-0. Urbaez was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Just did catch him on his back elbow. You don't see that too often. His right elbow at the shoulder guard, rather the elbow guard deflected. 1-0, in for strike 1. Fastball at 98.
Off the top of our heads, would you say he's throwing more fastballs tonight than he has in any other start?
I think so. You haven't seen the slider much as the 1-1. A little bit outside for ball 2. Threw a first pitch slider here. That might have been the slider again for ball 2, but 2-1 the count, looking for a 1-2-3 frame. Chandler off the first base side of the rubber. Breaking ball smashed out in the left center over the leaping glove of Chang. A base hit. Cook will cut it off. Big turn around first for Baez, but it's a 2-out single, so no such 1-2-3 frame for Chandler. That one caught a little bit more of the plate than what he wanted, maybe a bit more elevated too based on where Sullivan was setting up. And Urbaez is aboard with 2 down for Edwin Rios, a left-handed batter. First pitch swinging, pops it foul. Third base side will twist out a play for a strike. 0-1. Indians and bats are scoreless. Bubba trying to keep it that way. He has piled up 6 strikeouts through 2 2/3. Runner at first, 2 down, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, blown by him, strike 2. 98 miles an hour. Bubba's already hit triple digits in this inning on the strikeout of Yvonne Johnson. Can he fan the side? He has Rios set up. Hands together at the letters, the pitch. Fastball way up and outside, ball 1. Waste pitch there from Bubba. MLB Pipeline retooling their top 100 prospect list. Chandler checking in at number 2 overall and the top pitching prospect in the latest edition. 1-2 to Rios. Swung on a hard grounder to the right side. Picked up on a couple of hops by York. Plenty of time to throw out Rios, and that's the inning. Chandler has stranded 5 through his first 3 scoreless innings and struck out 6. We're scoreless going bottom 3. The Indians looking for their first base runner here tonight. 3 hits on the board for Louisville, but Bubba Chandler has stranded all 5 base runners that have been on the tracks for the Bats so far as Brett Sullivan leads off. Sullivan, Williams, and Chang, 7, 8, 9 in the order. Sullivan batting left-handed, wears number 13. Aaron Wilkerson off the third base side of the rubber. Leg kick and the delivery. Fastball on the outside corner, belt high, a strike at 89. Quite the contrast between these two hurlers, pretty much across the board. Chandler, the number 2 prospect in all of baseball. Wilkerson, 35 years of age, the elder statesman on this Louisville squad. It's the 0-1. This is inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Sullivan. Wilkerson working off the third base side of the rubber. His 1-1 pitch. Down and in for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike on Sullivan, who started the year in El Paso, playing for the Chihuahuas in the San Diego Padres organization. Acquired via trade. The trade happened during a day game the Indians were playing in. Is the 2-1. A little bit inside. It's ball 3, although Louisville is going to challenge. They have 1 challenge left. They're out if they don't get this right. But they do. It is a strike, and it evens the count at 2-2. So a good challenge by P.J. Higgins, the backstop for the Bats. Blake Dunn challenged a strike 3 call in the top half of this inning and was very wrong. Pitch was entirely in the zone. 2-2 on Sullivan to lead off this bottom of the third. Break even is swung on and popped up foul. That'll twist out of play, reaching the seating bowl, second deck, bouncing up into the suite level. Appropriately named the suite level. We'll be chatting with Tim LaBelle, the Chief Customer Officer of Mars Wrigley North America, in the top of the 4th inning. I'll have to get the exact name of the convention that's going on downtown, but it's some type of suites convention. So if you need me before the game, Howard, I'll be across the street over at the convention center all week. 2-2 popped up foul. Third base side that'll get well out of play as Sullivan stays alive.
I know you're big on these kinds of conventions.
I'll make my way over there. They probably won't let me in, though. Probably banned from previous years. Raiding the snacks. 2-2. Sullivan swings and pops this one up. Playable for Levi Jordan. He strolls into foul ground, just a few steps on the other side of the chalk line to put it away for out number 1. Sullivan retired. That's how we start the bottom of the third inning of this scoreless game. Alika Williams, the batter. Alika getting a little bit more of a regular run in playing time last week or so. It's the Sweets and Snacks Expo that's going on right now across the street. Thank you very much, Jordan Shue. Glad somebody knows what's going on around here. First pitch on the outside corner, a strike to Alika. Williams, a right-handed batter, wears number 7. Checking in at 190 on the year with 1 long ball. 6 driven in. Wilkerson, the leg kick and the 0-1. Williams swings and rips it out into center field, but Dunn is there, played it perfectly. Only 1 step back and to his right, makes the catch on the line for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. The Indians have gone down in order so far, 8 in a row for Wilkerson to open up the game. And here's Sung-Chae Chang. He had been hitting leadoff the last couple of games for the Indians, but back into his normal 9 spot, hitting 2:05. Picked up a multi-hit game on Sunday as the pitch on the outside corner, a strike. Chang was in the big leagues when the Indians visited Louisville last month. The 0-1. Up and outside for a ball. He became the 18th Taiwanese-born man to play in the major leagues. First taste of big league action was there a little over a week before being sent back to Indy. 1-1. Chang swings and bounces it to the third base side. Jordan picks it up on a couple of hops, throws out Chang by a step and a half. Chang slipped on his way out of the box, but not sure it would have mattered. And the Indians have gone 9 up, 9 down. At the end of 3, it's the Indians nothing, the Bats nothing. Fourth inning we go here at Victory Field. We are scoreless so far with the premier pitching prospect in all of baseball on the mound as Bubba Chandler has had to pitch out of trouble tonight, but he has stranded all 5 Louisville bats aboard. Looking for a smoother sailing inning here as Levi Jordan leads off in the top of the 4th. And the first pitch comes in a little bit low and outside for ball 1. The Sweets and Snacks Expo is here this week, and I am thrilled to be joined by Tim LaBelle, the Chief Customer Officer and President of Sales of Mars Wrigley North America. Tim, welcome to the booth. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Go Indians. Glad to be here.
Having a good time so far?
Fantastic. The weather's cooperating, and our customers and our associates are happy to be here.
Oh, we're really excited to have you in the booth, especially when you had 2 bags brought with you. That's what got me excited. But the count now 2-0 on Levi Jordan, but we do have a pitch challenge. ABS system has been a busy system tonight. It is a strike, so the Indians do win that. But Mars is behind beloved products like M&M's and Skittles. Love them both. Tim, can you share a bit about Mars Wrigley, though?
Yeah, we're a family-run business, family-owned for over 100 years. And everyone knows us, especially here at Sweet and Snacks, about our confectionery products, but we also make pet care products and food products, and we're a snacking company. So
I did not know you guys made pet products. That's like what, treats or
yeah, like Nutro, Imes, Greenies treats, you name it.
You guys
Pedigree.
You guys make Greenies. Okay,
yeah.
I did not know that. Okay. 2-2 the count. That's an interesting fact. Levi Jordan, the batter here, is the 2-2 pitch to Jordan. He swings and pops it straight back and foul. So you guys are far beyond the just the human treats. So I love that. But
absolutely.
You brought some products with you. I don't want to skip too far ahead here, but what are some of the stuff you guys are excited to be rolling out at the expo this week? Is this one ground ball right side picked up by Horwitz on one hop? He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 1.
Yeah, fantastic. So what I'd tell you, the Expo is like our World Series, to put it in your kind of language.
Okay.
This is our event of the year, and it gives us a chance to meet with our customers and share our top products. I brought 3 today. I actually brought a lot more, but talk about Skittles Popped. So you take your traditional Skittles and you freeze dry them for a different textural experience. They are fantastic. They kind of melt in your mouth.
Oh.
They are outstanding.
Say less. Okay. Yeah, please. As the pitch misses outside to Jack Rogers for ball 1. See, I love Skittles just the way they are, but I'm willing to try new. The 1-0 misses down and in for ball 2.
Awesome. And then I would say the next item I would share is Snickers Pecan. So if you're a fan of Snickers, which is the #1 candy bar in the world, you're going to love Snickers Pecan, made here, right here in the U.S.
We love pecans in this broadcast booth, both Howard and I. And Snickers Pecan, that might be the first thing I try. Might have to do it post-game, though, as the 2-0 misses a little bit outside for a ball 3-0. I talk a lot up here, so I hope you understand. But
we got a game to watch, right?
We do. The premier pitching prospect on the mound. You guys picked a good night to come out. Bubba Chandler, #2 prospect in all of baseball, as the 3-0 delivered plateward and a little bit outside. Sullivan will elect not to challenge. It's a 4-pitch walk here with 1 out. We're chatting with Tim LaBelle, the Chief Customer Officer and President of Sales at Mars Wrigley North America. Did we get to all the product? Oh, I think we got one
have
more.
One very special last one. Everyone loves M&Ms. Peanut M&Ms at a baseball game it goes perfect with summer. You get your hot dog, you get your popcorn, and you put some M&Ms in the popcorn, and you got a success. And if you really want to mix it up this year, you add M&M's peanut butter and jelly. I said it. Peanut butter and jelly. M&Ms.
Tim, you're blowing my mind. Is this scientific? Apparently, it's scientifically possible because you have them in a bag right now.
Absolutely.
PJ Higgins, the batter, the catcher. I don't know if he's tried M&M's peanut butter, but he may be in a hurry to get back to the dugout if he hears about these. First pitch, swing and a miss at 98 miles an hour for strike one.
Wow.
And he's hit 100 a couple times tonight, Tim. He is fun to watch. So those are some of the new products that you guys are excited about. I wouldn't say rolling out, but I guess kind of highlighting here this week at the Expo.
Yeah, flavor extensions are really important to our consumers. So our core products are obviously mission critical, but you want to bring new innovation, excitement to the category, to bring in new users, people that grew up on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that mom made. Well, guess what? Now you can have it in your favorite treat, M&Ms.
Some of us are in our 30s and we're still eating peanut butter jellies. This one lined into right field, a base hit, couple of hops. And stopping at second is Rogers, and this script playing out like it has all night for Bubba. He has gotten into some mini jams, and he's in another one. Runners at first and second. Hey, there we are. If you're watching along with us on MILB.TV, there's the M&M's peanut butter. I think that is. I think Tim, that bag has already been taken care of.
Oh, there you go. Fantastic.
I think one of your customers got through that one fairly quickly. But I assume that happens quite frequently. As David Wenzel, the batter, 2 on and 1 out. Bubba trying to pitch out of trouble here. Would love a ground ball, but he goes to work. His pitch a little bit low and outside. What trends are you seeing in the snack industry that you think will kind of shape the future?
Yeah, I'd say Skittles Popped is a great one to start with. Texture matters, right? So people, if you want a chewy experience, you have your traditional Skittles Original. But if you want a melting experience, a different dissolve in your palate, freeze-dried Skittles are the way to go. So texture and new flavor trends. We got some other items coming with maybe spices like Fuego type items coming down the road.
Okay.
So we got a full portfolio of innovation coming your way.
Pitch misses outside. I may need a little bit of a warning before I try Fuego and maybe a lot of H2O nearby. Is the count 2-1 on Davis Wenzel, but I'm a baby when it comes to spice, so nonetheless. 2 balls and 1 strike on Davis Wenzel. Are you guys here all week? The expo going on around downtown?
We're here to Thursday. We're so excited to be in Indianapolis. It's a great city to host. This is year 2 for us, and it's been fantastic. Second year, we brought Mars Wrigley and all our customers to this event. The weather has been much better than last year, and we're excited to be here.
I was about to apologize for the weather, so I was not in town for the convention last year. 2-2 the count for Wenzel. Runners at first and second. Bubba trying to pitch out of trouble. There's only 1 out in the inning in a scoreless game. 2-2 slider misses low and outside, and the count goes full 3-2. But you got a pretty fun job, I would assume, with Mars Wrigley North America, because you get to come talk to us about all your lovely products. But I'm sure you're a busy man, especially with the expo kind of happening, and this is kind of, as you said, your premier event that you guys are rolling out. The 3-2 swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. 7 punchies for Bubba Chandler, and he's an out away from stranding 2 more Louisville bats aboard. But would you say this is the busy season for you, Tim?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, as you introduced me as the Chief Customer Officer, my favorite job starts in about August when I become the Chief Halloween Officer.
Oh my gosh.
Mars
that
Wrigley
has to be a ton of fun.
It is a ton of fun. I get to wear my favorite costume. I'm looking for good ideas. If you want to send them into Mars Wrigley for my costume for 2025, we'll take good ideas.
I have a Batman onesie if you need it, as I recently just found it. 0-1 is hit by pitch. It hit the foot. Looked like a backdoor cutter of some kind from Chandler. 94. Haven't seen him throw that very much, but Hurtubise tried to dance out of the way, hit him on the lower part of his body. We'll see it on replay to get a confirmation on that. Yep, that front foot kicked up on him, and it's a hit by pitch to load the bases here with 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. A scoreless ball game, but this is the biggest jam that Bubba Chandler has faced tonight. So all these new exciting products, I know we highlighted a few. Is there anywhere folks can go to maybe learn about more of that new cutting edge stuff that you guys are rolling out with, so they can kind of look for them in stores?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first thing I would say is if you're fortunate enough to be in the area coming to the show, this week is a fantastic opportunity to see the snacking industry. But we introduce all our products at multiple trade shows throughout the year. Rolling out the products today. You can get Skittles Popped and PB&J and Pecan in stores today. So they're available everywhere in Indianapolis.
Awesome.
across the country.
First pitch was in for a strike. The 0-1 is outside to Blake Dunn. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bats have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Bubba trying to keep this game scoreless. Can Tim bring us some luck? 2-2, a little flare foul into the netting first base side. It's 1-2. I'm assuming you're not from the Circle City. You mentioned you're just a visitor. So what's your baseball team that you root for when you're not in town for the Expo?
So Grandpa and Dad brought me up a Boston Red Sox fan.
Okay. You've had a
Born and raised.
You've had a very enjoyable 21st century then.
Yes, it's been a long time coming.
Indeed. 3 titles since 2004 is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3.
I'm very grateful that they got out of this, and I didn't want to be part of the first run of the night. This is fantastic.
Oh, Tim, you're great luck. 8 strikeouts for Bubba, and it ends the inning. Tim, thank you so much for stopping by. We can't wait to promote more of your products here tonight, and hope you guys have a ball at the ballpark.
Thank you. Thank you to all the fans in the Indianapolis Indians. Appreciate the invite.
Love having you guys. After 3.5, it's the Indians nothing, the Bats nothing. Blake Dunn with the bases loaded to end the top of the 4th. So we remain scoreless despite all that traffic that Louisville has had, and the Indians have had no traffic. As the 0-1, a bouncer to the left side, backhanded by the shortstop Wenzel. He'll fire across to retire Nick York 6-3 for out number 1, and that is 10 in a row and 10 to begin the game, set aside by Wilkerson.
Well, you must have gotten here very early with no traffic.
No, actually I was running a little late today. Traffic on the base paths, though, for the Bats, but no problem, says Bubba. He would like a clean inning, though, I'm sure. He was close to having one in the 3rd, but nonetheless, first pitch misses a little inside for ball 1 to Spencer Horwitz, the big league rehabber, 4 for 19 with the Indians, lined out his first time up. Trying to become the Indians' first base runner. It's the 1-0, big rip and miss, strike 1. But Tim LaBelle and our friends at Mars Wrigley North America in town for the convention this week. They got a bunch of folks here at the ballpark tonight. It's the 1-1, a chopper right side. Wilkerson's going to pick it up and then run to the bag himself. A rare 1 unassisted putout on a slow dribbler up the first base line. 1 unassisted and 2 down now here in the top of the 4th inning. The batter is Nick Solak, league's leading hitter at .380. Oh for 1 today, though, grounded to short his first time up. Wilkerson has used the defense behind him as the pitch misses outside for a ball. Bubba Chandler in this one has struck out 8 batters. Meanwhile, Wilkerson, who has retired all 11 he's faced, doesn't have a single punch out just yet. Using the defense behind him so far. 1-0, up and away for ball 2. 2-0. Wilkerson, 35 years of age, stands third base side of the rubber. Hands together at the belt, the 2-0. Off speed is swung on and tattooed deep into left field. Well, watch this one fly. Onto the walkway, over the lawn, and way gone for Nick Solak. Perfect game gone, and there goes the shutout, too. It's a solo blast, and it's 1-0 Indy. That ball tattooed by the league's leading hitter. That's how quick this game can change. Bounced up onto the concrete sidewalk over the lawn as Sowinski swings and rips this one foul, a little out in front for strike 1 into the Louisville bullpen. Sowinski, a lefty against the righty Wilkerson. Breaks up a string of 11 in a row, that home run, as the 0-1 swing and a miss for strike 2 to open the game. So despite Bubba Chandler being in trouble in all 4 innings, it's Bubba who has a 1-0 lead. 0-2. Sowinski takes one up and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jack. For Solak, his 6th home run of the year, yet another category that he leads the Indians in. Batting average up to 386, OPS approaching 1,100 after that long ball. 1-2 in the dirt. Did he offer at it? He did on appeal. They go down to third base, and that call confirmed. Strike 3. Sawinski down on strikes, and the inning is over. Wilkerson's first punch out, but 1-0 Indy going to the 5th. Here's Howard.
Okay, thanks, Andrew, very much. And Yvonne Johnson, who's fanned and looked at strike 3, leads off. And the first pitch, fastball, is a strike. Belt high outside corner. Now, Bubba Chandler's already thrown 75 pitches. And there's a high fly ball foul, left side out of play.
Chris Truby very cognizant of that fact, Howard. The Indians have Ryder Ryan warming up in their bullpen down the left field line.
Chandler looks in. 0-2 pitch. Wasted, high and away. 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Howard, time for you, a local 440, this state in Indians history.
Yes, sir.
We'll go to 1998 after this pitch.
And there's a ground ball to the shortstop's right. It's dug out by Cheng, and the throw on to Horwitz, 1 away.
Howard, on that date in 1998, the Indians win 1-0 over Pawtucket here at Victory Field. Out hitting the Red Sox 6-2. Rodney Bolton, 7 one-hit innings to outduel Brian Barkley. It was also the shortest 9-inning game at Victory Field, 1 hour and 49 minutes. He must have had dinner plans that night.
That was impressive. Francisco Urbaez, the batter, he takes high ball. That was the year the Indians joined the International League, as did Buffalo and Louisville. The American Association disbanded. The 1-0 delivery way high and inside and back to the screen. Ball 2. 2-0. Now, the Indians had a terrific team and had a 10-game lead at the All-Star break. But Dave Miley, the manager, correctly so, insisted that we have to get more pitching. Louisville got red hot. The Indians fell 7 games behind Louisville. And a fastball outside a ball. 3-0. They challenging that? Bubba Chandler challenging that pitch. And it is outside. So the Indians lose a challenge. And the count is 3-0. Louisville beat the Indians out by a half game to win the International League West Division that year. And a fastball is a strike, 3-1.
Now time for this date in baseball history, Howard. 1955 at Yankee Stadium, Mickey Mantle homers from both sides of the plate for the first time in his career.
And a fastball is inside. Did he swing? No, he checked it. Ball 4. With 1 out, Edwin Rios, the batter, flied out and grounded out. I'm wondering if we're going to see Chris Truby come out of that dugout and make a pitching change pretty soon.
Well, he's ready. He's not at the top step, but the second from the top.
83 pitches for Bubba. Fastball hit in the air, center field. Billy Cook is there to make the catch, and there are 2 away. And that'll bring up Levi Jordan, who's doubled off the wall and grounded out. If Chandler gets 1 more out, he'll be eligible for a win. Well, that was the first of 10 times that Mickey Mantle would hit home runs from both sides of the plate. The final time, I remember, was on August 12th, 1964, Mel Stottlemyre's big league debut. Fastball is a strike, 0-1. Mantle had the record for doing that for quite a while. Then Eddie Murray broke it and a few others. I think Nick Swisher, Mark Teixeira. Here's a liner to left. Sawinski's there to make the catch and retire the side. And we get ready for the bottom half of the 5th inning with the Indians ahead 1-0 on the strength of a Nick Solak 4th inning home run. Derek Hall, the batter, grounded out first baseman to pitcher covering. Andrew, we continue this date in baseball history.
1958, Howard. Willie Mays and Darrell Spencer each homer twice as they both collect 4 extra base hits in a 16-9 win over the Dodgers.
And a fastball is a strike, and for the Giants and Dodgers, that was their first year on the West Coast. They moved out there prior to the 58 season. Giants played at Seal Stadium for a few years, breaking ball low and inside. The Dodgers at the LA Coliseum until the new ballparks were built for each team. And the Dodgers still play at Chavez Ravine. Some lightning beyond the center field wall. The 1-1 pitch is way high, ball 2.
1958, same day, Howard. Stan Musial, in a pinch hit fashion, collects his 3,000th career hit.
And he'd finish with 3,630. Stan the man. Pitch inside. Not only an incredibly great ball player, but a wonderful person. Always pleasant, always happy. The 3-1 pitch is a swing and a foul at the plate.
1969, Howard, Ernie Banks reaches 1,500 ribeyes in his career by knocking in 7 in a 19-0 win over the expansion Padres.
I'm glad you brought that one up because I saw a quote from Ernie Banks once that said, when there's a runner at third and less than 2 outs, that RBI is mine.
He had 7 of them that day.
Great ball player. First to shortstop. What did you say that was 1958?
It was 1969.
Oh, okay. That's the Cubs with a great start that year. Fastball outside, ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk to Derek Hall. Now, what Ernie Banks did in 1958 and 59 as a shortstop, by the time he get to 1969, he was playing first base. But he won back-to-back MVPs in the National League in 58 and 59 as a shortstop with second division teams. Billy Cook, the batter, his entire career spent with the Cubs. Fastballs strike at the knees. 0-1.
1980, Howard, Ray Knight of the Reds hits 2 home runs in the 5th inning, one of them a grand slam in a 15-4 rout of the Mets.
The former Indianapolis Indian, Ray Knight, the World Series MVP in 1986. The pitch is low, ball 1, breaking ball. And Ray Knight, when he first joined Indianapolis, first time I saw him was 1974. He was here in 73 a bit too, but he looked like an out. And he worked hard and he improved himself and became a respectable hitter. And a breaking ball high and inside, ball 2.
1989, Howard, Kirby Puckett ties a big league record. He doubles 4 times against the Toronto Blue Jays. 35th player to do it, but the first since Damaso Garcia 3 years prior.
Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett played on those 2 world champion Twins teams. Runner going, pitch foul back out of play. So Hall on the move, the count is 2-2.
1993, Howard, George Brett clubs his 300th career home run, and in doing so becomes only the 6th player in Major League history to have 3,000 hits and 300 homers.
We've got to get the other ones. He became the 6th. Now, there may be more than...
Yeah, at that moment, yeah, 1993, right.
The 2-2 pitch, line drive caught by the second baseman, Baez. The ball was hit so hard that Hall didn't get too far off the bag. So a liner to second, a tough break for the Indians. 1 away, and now Brett Sullivan, who fouled to third his first time up. Well, let's see. He became the 6th. So at that time, you already had Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Stan Musial, I think Mike Schmidt,
There's
Ernie Banks.
The updated list is 14.
Wow, Ernie Banks. Here's a high fly ball left center field. And making the catch is Johnson. Now, Ernie Banks didn't have 3,000 hits.
Yeah, the updated list is 14 all time. Some recent additions.
Eddie Murray did it, I think, didn't he?
Indeed.
Alika Williams, the batter, fly to center. How many of them have I gotten?
Who have you said so far?
Aaron, Mays, Musial. Here's a ground ball in the hole, and the shortstop's got it. Throw to second in the dirt, not in time. Wenzel fielded it in the hole. Had his throw to Urbias been accurate, they would have had the inning-ending force play, but he threw it in the dirt, and Urbias couldn't dig it out cleanly. He had plenty of time. We'll see how they score that. Now Sung Chae Cheng. Left-hand hitter, so I had, Aaron, Mays, Musial, Murray, George Brett, we said, Mike Schmidt. Are all those correct?
Mike Schmidt is not.
He didn't get 3,000 hit. That's right, I forgot. The pitch is in for a strike. Did Frank Robinson get 3,000 hits? He might not have either.
No.
And a changeup is a little outside. So how many do we have so far? About 5 or 6?
Yeah, something like that.
The right-hander sets. Runners lead, and the pitch is high outside. So who are some of the other ones?
Stan Musial. I'm just going to read the list. Stan Musial, okay. Willie Mays, Al Kaline, Hank Aaron.
Yeah, I should have gotten Kaline.
Carly Yastrzemski. We mentioned George Brett. Dave Winfield, Eddie Murray, and then there's more recent guys. Cal Ripken, Rafael Palmeiro, A-Rod, Adrian Beltre, Albert Pujols, and Miguel Cabrera.
Okay, breaking ball inside a ball. Now, of those guys, 2 of them won the Triple Crown. Miguel Cabrera and Carl Yastrzemski, both in the American League. Nobody's won the Triple Crown in the National League since Ducky Medwick in the 1930s. Here's a high fly ball foul, left side out of play. Thanks, Andrew. Great job. This date in baseball history. Indians leading 1-0. And the pitch misses inside, ball 4, and that'll load him up. Nick York, the batter. Time is called. We're going to get a mound visit. They ruled Alika Williams' ball a base hit. The ball in the hole where the throw to second was in the dirt. So the Indians have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And the meeting at the mound breaks up. Pitching coach Reed Cornelius going out there. Nick York, the batter. He's grounded out twice. Once to the pitcher, once to the shortstop. Indians leading 1-0. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. It is an official game. The pitch is outside since the home team's ahead, and we've completed 4.5 innings. Let's hope we can continue to play. There are some threatening skies. It may be north of us, though, now. And this pitch is low and away. I know earlier when we had that rain from about 5:15 to 6:30 or so, 6:45, it didn't rain in Carmel at all. It didn't rain up north. We were delayed 44 minutes at the outset due to rain. The 2-0 pitch is a strike, and it's 2-1. Time called. Granted to Nick York by Mark Stewart Jr. Wilkerson stretches. All three men lead away. Indians leading 1-0. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs. And that pitch clips the outside corner above the knees. Strike 2. And the count is 2-2. And again, the right-hander stretches with all three men leading away. Outfielders around to the right. And there's a high fly ball down the right field line. Hurtubise is there. And he's got it in foul territory. 1-step foul, side retired, put out right fielder. 5 innings complete. The Indians won, Louisville nothing. We get ready for the top half of inning number 6, and here's Andrew.
Thank you very much, Howard. Bubba Chandler working out of trouble tonight. 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. His night is over. The ERA dips below 2, 1.91. Number of those strikeouts were in big moments as Louisville and Chandler stranded 9 Louisville batters aboard the bases tonight as the pitch fouled away. Ryder Ryan's first offering. The Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen. Chandler will exit as the pitcher of record in line to win this ball game should this 1-0 scoreline hold up. The Indians still only have 1 hit. It was Nick Solak's long home run in the 4th inning. 0-1 misses down and in for a ball. 1-1. Rogers tonight has been on board twice, both via free pass. 2 of those 3 Chandler walks. 1-1 is low and outside, although a pitch clock violation was called. It was called on Ryan. So the pitch was low, and it's a pitch clock violation anyway, so it's a ball all around, but just 1. 2-1 the count on Rogers. Hands together above the letters, the pitch. Fastball swung on and driven in the air in right, but moving quickly to his right, Solak to catch it on the line for out number 1. Chandler could be in the top 10 in ERA now. He technically would have been 9th in the league entering play today had he had enough innings to qualify. He was right at the cutoff. Pitched 5 more tonight to get to 33 on the year. I guess we'll find out in the morning, but that 1.91 mark would put him somewhere near the top 5 in the league. 1 away for P.J. Higgins, the Louisville catcher, who takes a fastball low and outside from Ryan, but the Indians are going to challenge. Each team has 1 challenge left. And the Indians win it, so a good call from Sullivan, who's been pretty good overall at challenging pitches when he's been behind the plate. And the challenge gets the call overturned, so it's a first pitch strike to Higgins, the catching counterpart of Sullivan. Ryan off the first base side of the rubber, the 1-strike pitch. At the knees, almost identical spot, strike 2. 1 out, nobody aboard, 1-0 Indy. Top of the 6th inning. Game delayed by rain. There's rain all around the central Indiana area, but not above us. 2 strikes the count. Ryan kicks and deals. Swung on, this ball hit in the air in center. Backpedaling is Billy Cook, still backpedaling near the warning track. He'll slow up and make the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Ryan looking for a clean inning here. Davis Wenzel has flown to center and has struck out. Right as the ball was struck, big burst of lightning just beyond downtown from the storms moving through the Carmel area on the north side. Out toward Fishers and Noblesville as well as the pitch low and outside, but Wenzel can't hold up the swing. It goes through the zone on appeal. It's strike 1. Harley Acosta, the first base umpire, says he swung. So now the 0-1. Hit into the air in left off the end of the bat. Backpedaling is Sowinski, now coming in on a light jog. He'll haul it in for out number 3. New pitcher for Louisville. Bottom of the 6th inning we go. It's 1-0 Indianapolis on a bit of a gloomy day across downtown, but that doesn't stop the Cranes from going. Progress knows no timeline, and it knows no weather patterns. It continues to rise above, just like the Hilton construction down the street there near Georgia. Beautiful Cranes. 1-0 Indianapolis on top because of a Nick Solak solo blast. First pitch on the outside corner, a strike to the big league rehabber, Spencer Horwitz. Solak due up second this inning. He's still the only Indian to get a hit tonight. 0-1 is outside from Joe LaSorsa, the new pitcher for Louisville. So Wilkerson, who was working on a perfect game when Nick Solak homered with 2 outs in the 4th, exits as the pitcher of record to lose. The 1-1 misses outside. He goes 5 innings, gives up 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Lowers his ERA by about 0.4 of a run. 2-1 slapped foul into the netting, third base side of the dugout. 2-2 the count on Horwitz. Lefty-lefty matchup here. A little bit inside, and the count's full. This one lined up the middle into center field, a base hit. Horwitz has his 5th knock on the rehab assignment with Indy. He's now 1 for 3 tonight. That's a leadoff single. Second straight inning, the Indians have had their leadoff man aboard. Nick Solak, the batter, already homering tonight. Solak grounded to short in the 1st inning and then left the yard in the 4th. First pitch taken for a strike. The lefty LaSorsa, originally a member of the Nationals organization, 27-year-old southpaw. Actually, the Rays drafted him, 18th round out of St. John's, Mount Kisco, New York. Drew a Red Storm cheer in the booth. Howard representing the 0-1. Solak swings and skies this one to right field. Hurtubise moving to his left, nearing the line, but in fair territory will make the catch for out number 1. Tough day at the office when you're hitting 380 coming in, because Nick Solak's 1 for 3 with a homer, and his batting average is going to drop as of right now. And he may not get another chance to hit. Never know. 1 away for Jack Sawinski in this lefty-lefty matchup for LaSorsa, who's 2-1 with a 3.77 ERA on the year. The pitch on the inside corner, a strike. Oh, 1. Check swing and a pitch a little bit outside. Called a ball, 1-1. Indians have bullpen activity. If I'm not mistaken, that's Johan Ramirez warming up. I am mistaken. Dari Moretta warming up down the left field line. The big league rehabber on loan from the Pirates. 1-1. A little bit inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Sawinski. Indians really need some insurance, only up 1-0. That Nick Solak homer, the only offense so far in the run column. 2-1. Ground ball left side, slow roller, charging it is Levi Jordan. Only play is at first, throws on the run, gets Sawinski by a step. 5-3 the put out. Moving up to second on the play is Horwitz. Just a slow half chop, half roll type ball. No chance to go around the horn, but the bats do get Sawinski. 5-3. 2 down, a man at second for Derek Hall. Hall has walked and grounded out. 0 for 1 officially at the dish. Lefty-lefty here. LaSorsa from the belt, the pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. A look back at second. The 1-0. Hall takes it belt high for a strike. 1-1. Derek, 3 homers, 13 knocked in on the year. 2 of those 3 came in back-to-back days at the start of the Omaha trip. As the 1-1, he shatters his bat, rolls it to third. Jordan charges, throws, and gets Hall after the foot came off briefly from Rios, but he got it back on. Dari Moretta enters the ballgame as the latest Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen. Take a drink. It's the second bullpen call, but we'll have more. The Indians ahead 1-0. Nick Solak homer in the 4th inning. They're one of 2 hits now after the Spencer Horwitz single in the 6th, but it's been enough thus far. Indians hoping it stays that way. Dari Moretta, the big league rehabber, 2 1/3 innings, his 3rd appearance with the Indians on this rehab assignment. First pitch misses up and in for ball 1. Moretta, though, has that patented screwball. That one, the fastball at 94. Really just throws the 2 pitches, the fastball and the screwball. 1-0. There it is. Misses down and in, ball 2. Coming back from elbow surgery. Missed all of last year. Acquired from Cincinnati, actually. Parent team of these bats. For Kevin Newman, former Indian. 2-0. Little flare out into shallow left center, but backpedaling with plenty of time to get there is Chang. And the shortstop on the outfield grass, but just a few steps beyond the dirt, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 away as Blake Dunn will step in. Dunn, a chopper of a double up the third base line in the 1st inning, but he has struck out twice since, 1 for 3. First pitch, screwball low and outside for ball 1. Indians have been out hit 4-2, but they lead 1-0 here in the top of the 7th. 1-0, a check swing, doesn't matter. Called strike at the knees, 1-1 with the screwball. Moretta, the second Indiana 8-1-1 call to the pen. Ryder Ryan, a clean 1-2-3 6th inning in support of Bubba Chandler. 1-1 misses outside. Bubba, the pitcher of record right now, in line to win the game. 5 scoreless with 8 strikeouts for Bubba tonight. ERA down to 1.91. 2-1 to Blake Dunn. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 2-2. Moretta, his second team on the rehab assignment, building his strength back to get back to Pittsburgh. 2-2. Swung on and popped up foul, first base side, but that'll get out of play. As Howard mentioned earlier, a position player like Horwitz has 20 days on the rehab assignment. Nice catch in the lower bowl. I think they did it while seated, too. No sense of urgency, but if you can make the play, you can afford to be nonchalant in the seats. But a pitcher on the rehab assignment, they have 30 days. At the end of that 30 days, either got to get activated or put back on the injured list or optioned, if you have it. 2-2 misses up and in. Count full 3-2, but Moretta, no surprise. It's been a lengthy rehab assignment for him coming back from Tommy John. Full count, 1 out on Blake Dunn. The payoff. He swings and fouls it back to the screen. We'll do it again at 3-2. Moretta with that green tone glove off the first base side of the rubber. Hands below the letters. The payoff. Up and in, ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Moretta. Breaks up a string of 6 in a row set down by Indians pitching dating back to the middle of the 5th inning. 1 out, a man aboard for Ivan Johnson. Obviously problematic in a 1-run game. Indians ahead 1-0. That lead ever so thin. Bullpen activity behind Moretta. It's Kyle Nicholas starting to throw. First pitch on the outside corner, a strike. And Nicholas threw the hardest pitch at Victory Field this year in his last outing, 100.5. It's not the hardest pitch by an Indian this year. I believe that belongs to Bubba Chandler while we were on the road a couple weeks ago. 0-1. High for a ball. 1-1. One ball, one strike on Ivan Johnson, checking in at 231. 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out twice and grounded to short. Indians would like a ground ball here, try to turn 2 and get out of the inning. 1-1. Big swing and a miss over the screwball. Strike 2. One and 2 on Johnson. Moretta, 1-out walk. Dunn now at first base, representing the tying run. He'll fire over there to check on Dunn, who lunges back head first ahead of the tag from Spencer Horwitz. Big league rehabber throwing to big league rehabber there. Pitcher to first baseman. 1-2 the count remains on Ivan Johnson. Moretta kicks and deals. Pop foul, third base side. Twisting out of play, keeps it at 1-2.
Pirates have tied it up. They've scored a run, still batting top 6 in New York, 1-1.
Soft liner into center. That'll be a base hit. Couple of hops picked up by Cook. Stopping at second is Dunn. Ivan Johnson extending the rally. And now big trouble for the Indians. Only ahead 1-0, but 2 aboard. And that potential tying run now in scoring position for the Bats. Francisco Urbaez will step in. Urbaez has been a tough out tonight. He's been hit by a pitch, has singled and walked. Hitting .286 on the year and OPS approaching .800. The pitch on the outside corner, a strike. It's 0-1.
Those the Pirates in just about one low-scoring game after another.
0-1. Runners go. The pitch up and in for a ball. Throw down to third. Not in time. A double steal pulled off by the Bats. Dunn swiping third. Johnson takes second. And now that tying run 90 feet away with less than 2 outs.
And that's huge, and he had a great jump. They had no chance at all at third base. They might have had a shot at the back man at second.
Blake Dunn's first steal with Louisville, Ivan Johnson's 7th. Corner infielders are in. Swing and a foul tip held on to for a strike. Urbaez now behind in the count 1-2.
I mean, you're thinking as a pitcher goes from one trying to induce a double play ball to trying to get a strikeout after the double steal.
Threw him a screwball there. Let's see if he goes back to the well or goes heater. 1-2. Fastball hit into the air in right field. That's trouble. Nick Solak on a sprint makes the catch, but Dunn will tag and score to tie the game. And going to third is Ivan Johnson. It's a sac fly for Urbaez. And it's 1-1 here in the 7th. Second out of the inning. And that'll be it for Moretta. On a strict pitch count, thanks to that Tommy John rehab, that was his 20th pitch. And he will exit in favor of Kyle Nicholas. The Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen. Bringing in a guy that played his college baseball here in Indiana. Played at Ball State before being a high pick by the Marlins during the COVID draft back in 2020. Acquired by the Pirates in the Jacob Stallings trade, former Indian. So how about that, Howard? We had a bicycle a number of years ago with Kevin Newman and Jacob Stallings.
Oh, never forget that night.
Moretta, the Pirates traded Kevin Newman to get Moretta, and then they traded Jacob Stallings to get Nicholas, and Moretta replaced by Nicholas. A man traded for Kevin Newman, replaced by a man traded for Jacob Stallings.
Okay.
Part of the package, I should say.
Yeah, no, that was very informative on your part. And I'm serious. But that night was in 2018. What is Nick Curran telling you? The voice of the Louisville Bats is sending you some kind of note.
I don't know. Can't read it.
Anyway, it was the same game at the end of the 2018 season. In the same inning, Newman and Stallings achieved their cycle. And Stallings did it with a triple after Newman had done it with a home run.
I believe Lehigh Valley was the opponent.
What a great moment that was.
Memory serves me correct.
And here's Stallings, a catcher, not fleet of foot, needing a triple, and he hits the ball to right center, and all of us thought triple. And when the cutoff throw was missed, he was able to make it to third with a triple.
Edwin Rios, the batter, 1-1 our score. Runner at third and 2 outs. The pitch on the inside corner, a strike. Tie game now thanks to the sac fly from Urbaez. Good running catch by Nick Solak, but no chance to get done tagging up as the 0-1 on the outside corner from Nicholas at 97 for strike 2.
Well, the big key, that double steal.
Oh-2, chopper up the first base side. Picked up on a couple of hops by Horwitz. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that's the inning. Indians limit the damage, but the lead is gone after 6.5. It's Louisville 1, Indy 1. Head in the count here, 1-0. Buznitz from the belt, the 1-0. Cook swings and slaps it back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one. Check swing by Cook. He held off, and the pitch outside. 3-1. With Billy's speed, the Indians may be aggressive if he can reach base. Here to open up this bottom of the 7th inning of a 1-1 game. 3-1. Ripped foul back into the screen, and Billy will do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cook calls time, tugs at the jersey and the helmet as he steps out to readjust the batting gloves. Buznitz standing first base side of the rubber. Will calmly wait for Cook to step back in time to be put back on by the home plate umpire. Indians looking to get something going. They haven't had a whole lot of traffic on the bases tonight. The pitch, swinging a foul, and that one got a lot. P.J. Higgins, but he's okay as he fires a new baseball back to Buznitz. Stays at 3-2 on Billy Cook. Sporting a new mustache, I think. See if the power of the stash can lead to something here to open up the bottom of the 7th. Another payoff. Cook swings and lifts this one into shallow right field. Hurtubise sprinting in. He'll settle underneath to make a one-handed catch for out number 1. One down for Brett Sullivan. Sullivan, a foul pop up to third and a fly ball to left. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Handling the catching for the Indians this evening. Indians still with 3 catchers on their active roster, although Eli Wilson has been playing third when he's been in the last few times he has, as the pitch misses outside.
And did a nice job, too, over there a few days ago. Made an excellent catch up against the screen.
When he came in for Malcolm Nunez on Friday night as a pinch runner and then replacement at third as the 1-0 inside, but he swung on appeal, and it's 1-1. He had the game-tying hit, did Eli Wilson, in a game that the Indians would come from behind and win 3-2 against the Clippers.
And his father, Dan, manager of the first-place Seattle Mariners.
1-1. A chopper right side. Couple of hops picked up by Urbaez. He'll overhand toss to Rios for the out. 4-3 at first, and there's 2 down.
Louisville comes in with a record of 19-19. I spoke with their manager, Pat Kelly, prior to the game. I said, how about your ball club? And he said, well, some days we're good and some days we're not so good. And there's a 500 record.
I was going to say, that's very apropos explained. You could say the same about the Indians at 3 above. As the pitch misses low and outside. Did Alika swing? He did. Man, there have been a lot of appeals that have been called strikes. I didn't think Alika really offered much at that, but they say he went through the zone. It's strike 1. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 our score here in the bottom of the 7th. Buznitz, his pitch. Williams swings and hits it in the air in center. Sinking quickly is done on a sprint. Will slow up and make the catch for out number 3. Buznitz, the Louisville righty, a 1-2-3 frame, and at the end of 7, it's Indy 1, Louisville 1. Oh, thanks to Jordan Shue, I get a score update. Looks like the Pacers are up by 4 early in the 4th quarter. At least according to that sweet TV here at Victory Field.
They were getting clobbered earlier in the game.
If I read that right, 85-81. I'll double check that. But 1-1 our score as we go to the 8th. Here's Howard.
Okay, thanks so much, Andrew. Levi Jordan, 1 for 3, a double, leads off. Also is line to left. Fastball, a little bit outside, ball 1.
It is, in fact, 85-81 Pacers, Howard. 10.5 to play in the 4th quarter.
Wow. I wonder how much they were down by at one point. It may have been 20. And a fastball is outside a ball. They taught everybody a valuable lesson the other night, because when you're up 20 at the half, that game's not over. But if you're up by 40 at the half, it is over. And that's what they did the other night.
80-39.
Breaking ball is a strike. 80-39 at the half. The right-hander sets and delivers. And a breaking ball lined on a hop, glove going to his left is Cheng, the throw, and they got him. An excellent play. The shortstop, Cheng, to his glove side, coming up with a hop, throwing on a hop to Spencer Hurwitz for the out. Nicely done.
Jordan Shue coming through again in the clutch, Howard. Pacers were down by as many as 19 tonight.
Okay, well, that answers that one. Jack Rogers walked twice. Line to right, he's the batter, left-hand hitter. The right-hander's breaking ball, high and away. Ball 1. Kyle Nicholas, the 4th Indians pitcher of the game. And a breaking ball is high, and that's a ball. Bubba Chandler went the first 5 innings, did not allow a run, was in line for the win until Louisville tied it up in the 7th. And there's a strike over the outside corner. A lot of traffic against Bubba tonight, but he made big pitches when he had to make them. The right-hander sets and delivers. Swing and a foul back on the screen off the fastball.
Well, Howard, if the Pacers close that series out tonight, that'll help our traffic on Thursday, because it would eliminate the need for a Game 6 down the street.
Well, we'll be playing it Thursday morning at 11 a.m.
Indeed. But my parking garage is also used at Pacers events. So
Scoop. And the pitch is low inside. Now you gave us the inside story.
That's what I would be running into on my way home. Folks parking to walk over to Gainbridge. So selfish reasons as well.
Baseball and education, our third and final one of those. And the 3-2 pitch slapped foul off the screen. Fastball. Full count. Nicholas to the belt. And he delivers. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball, 97 miles an hour, a bit below the knees. Louisville won, the Indians won. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 8th. Here's P.J. Higgins. 1 for 3, a single. Right-hand batter, a catcher, also a first baseman, catching tonight. He lines one base hit to left field. To the left of the diving third baseman, Alika Williams. So Higgins has his second hit of the game. Davis Wenzel, the batter, 0 for 3. Wenzel, a right-hand batter. The right-hander sets and delivers. Swung on line down the left field line. That's trouble. That's a base hit. Let's see if Zawinski can come up with it. He does, and they hold Higgins at second base. Now, he's not the fastest guy. When that ball left the bat, I thought if that gets into the corner, he might be able to score. But Zawinski makes a nice play along the left field line, and then they hold Higgins at second.
Well, since he's been on option assignment, Howard, Zawinski, everybody in this league has respected his arm. And that might have been another case. They did not want to try him at third after he got to that ball.
Well, it's not worth gambling with 2 men out either at second base. Jacob Hurtubise, the batter. Left-hand hitter crowds the plate. Fastball is a strike. Hurtubise has struck out twice, been hit in the foot with a pitch ball, and popped to the shortstop. The runners lead first and second. The Indians are shallow in the outfield. And around to the right. Fastball swing and a miss. He blew it by him. He can't catch up to that pitch. There's no sense not throwing it again. Chandler blew some pitches by him earlier. The runners lead. 0-2 pitch. Swung on a ground ball, hit down to first. It is gloved by Horwitz. The flip to the pitcher, Nicholas covering. In time, side retired. At the end of 7.5, Louisville won. The Indians won.
New pitcher for the Louisville Bats as we head for the bottom of the 8th of a 1-1 game. Big league rehabber Sam Mole into the ball game. 5'10 lefty, 33 years of age from Lakeland, Tennessee. Reds got him at the deadline from Oakland back in 2023.
Okay, Andrew, bottom of the 8th, 1-1. Sung-Chae Chang, who bats 9th in the Indians lineup, leads off. He's grounded out and walked. Lefty versus lefty. And the pitch is a fastball that's a strike over the inside corner, thigh high. Jordan, the third baseman, wide of and even with the bag. Everybody else straight up. A long set at the belt. 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air, foul, left side out of play. Oh and 2. And again, Mole stretches and delivers. Just outside. He slings the ball. Fastball just did miss 1 and 2. Mole stretches. And sets and delivers. Ground ball hit up the middle. Backhanded by the second baseman. Urbias' throw hits Chang going by. Chang running to second. Throw there, not in time. It hit him and carried him toward the dugout. He never stopped running. In all likelihood, that'll be a hit and an error. Urbias with a nice stop, and he just slung one over there, and boy, it was way off target. So the Indians have the potential go-ahead run at second, nobody out. Here's Nick York. His job, either by bunting or hitting to the right side, get him over. They think he'll be bunting. He squares, and he takes outside, ball one. Yes, it is a single and a throwing error on the second baseman, Urbias. Careless play. York squares, and he bunts foul straight back, a ball and a strike. Boy, he's got the first baseman, Rios, right on top of him. And the third baseman, Jordan, in as well. The infielder's cheating to the bag at second. Boy, it wouldn't be a bad time to take that bunt off, let him swing. No, he squares again. And he bunts foul, and that's strike two, 1-2. Let's see if they take the bunt off now. Eric Patterson flashing the signs in the coaching box at third. I have to think they'll take the bunt off now.
Yeah, I think with a different hitter, you maybe consider keeping it. But with York, you feel pretty confident he might be able to drive this run in.
Or go to the right side, hit a ground ball. He swings. He hits it foul, right side out of play. He went out of his way to hit the ball to the right side, but fouled it out of play.
And he's so good at doing that, too. When he's going right, a lot of his hits are going to the right.
That's right. Mole stretches. Cheng leads. And Mole wheels, nothing doing. Mole to the belt. Cheng leads. The pitch swung on. He hit the ground ball to the right side. Gloved by Rios, who steps on the bag, unassisted put out. A great job by Nick York of getting Sung Chae Cheng to third base. Went out of his way. That's a team play. It won't show up in the box score. All you'll see is an at-bat in the box score, but that's winning baseball. A terrific job by Nick York. Spencer Hurwitz, the batter. He'll face a drawn-in infield, lefty versus lefty. Game tied at 1 out. Cheng at third. And a breaking ball is a strike.
As you said, Howard, that play is why the hitting coach files a report for his bosses and big league bosses after the game, because it looks like just a ground out to first, but a really pivotal play.
Horwitz 1 for 3. The left-hander sets. Mole delivers. Way outside. Good play by Higgins, preventing a wild pitch. The pitch was low and outside, and he lunged for it and came up with it. The Louisville Bats infield is in. Outfielders are straight away, as are the infielders. 1-1, bottom of the eighth, 1 out, runner at third. Mole sets. Cheng leads. And a breaking ball is a beauty. Strike two called, 1-2. Now Mole wants a strikeout. Horwitz's job, get the bat on the ball. Oh, what do we have here? Well, he's tying his shoe. The plate umpire, Mole is tying his shoe. Mark Stewart walked out there like, I thought something may be wrong.
Well, maybe he was concerned Mole was going to trip.
Quip. All right. Quite a quip on your part.
Thank you. Been working on that one all night.
Okay. I thought something was wrong when the plate umpire starts walking to the mound. But all Sam Mole was tying his shoe. All right. Cheng leads at third. Mole to the belt. And he pitches. Swung on, fouled off left side, out of play. Fastball, 92 miles an hour. Right-hand batting, Nick Solak, the league's leading hitter, on deck. And again, Mole looks in and Mole stretches. Cheng comes down the line at third. Mole to the belt. And he delivers. Low and outside, ball 2-2. A tension-packed bottom half of the eighth inning. With a game tied at 1, the Indians have a runner at third and only 1 out. Mole again stretches. Cheng leads away. This pitch, breaking ball, fouled back. I'm not sure why Cheng is not getting a bigger lead. He's only a couple of steps off the bag. Mole has his back to him. He's working off the stretch. You know, if there's a ground ball to one of the infielders, there could be a play at the plate, and he's not getting a big lead at all. And again, the left-hander's stretch is set. And he pitches. Low and outside, ball 3. He does not want to walk Horowitz with Solak on deck. He'd like to get Horowitz, walk Solak, but he's dealing with Horowitz. Here's the payoff pitch. Just outside, ball 4. Missed with a breaking ball. He was ahead of him 1 and 2, and he walked him. I think they wanted to get Horowitz out and then walk Solak intentionally. Meanwhile, Pat Kelly's taking a walk out to the mound. There's nobody warming up in the Louisville pen. And Mole must now contend with the league's leading hitter. It was lefty versus lefty. He was ahead of Horowitz 1 and 2, and he walked him.
Well, Solak owns the loudest hit of the night tonight, Howard. That towering home run that cleared the lawn and hit the walkway out there way beyond left field. And you mentioned York doing a nice job going the other way to move the runner over. That's something Nick's done a good job, too, going the other way to get some singles. Not all of his singles have been smashes, and you don't need a smash here. Just find a little blooper out into right field, right center field, and put the Indians on top. They got Isaac Mattson warming up in the bullpen, who is hopefully getting ready for a save situation.
Let's see what Louisville does with its infield. Oh, they're going to walk Solak intentionally. Well, he wants to go left versus left, and Solak is the league's leading hitter. You know, you put yourself in a position where if Zawinski gets a hit, you're down by 2 runs instead of 1. But I can see that move from Pat Kelly. Jack Zawinski 0 for 3, which tells me he wanted to walk him intentionally anyway, even had they gotten Horowitz. Zawinski takes low outside, ball 1. Now the pressure's on Mole in the sense that he now has to pitch with the bases loaded. 1-1, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. The lefty sets. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on a ground ball, hit to second. They're coming to the plate. He is out. Throw to first, not in time. A low throw by Urbias, and Higgins, to his credit, dug it out cleanly. Well, they were halfway, and Urbias went to the plate. You can't criticize him for that at all, because he might not have been able to turn a double play.
There's the benefit of walking him loaded. Don't have to worry about that tag. You got that force at home plate and a lefty following Zawinski, too.
In Derek Hall, the DH, bases loaded now, 2 outs. And a fastball is high, ball 1. So Cheng out at the plate, 4-2, or Baez to Higgins. Horowitz at third, Solak at second, Zawinski at first. Hall, left-hand batter with an open stance. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on, line drive, base hit center field. That'll score 2 runs, and the Indians take the lead on a 2-run single to center by Derek Hall. 3-1 Indianapolis. He ripped it. And hustling to third base is Zawinski. Horowitz scores. Solak scores. Pat Kelly is walking very slowly to the mound. He'll make a pitching change. That's a really nice piece of hitting by Derek Hall, who just drilled it up the middle, not trying to do too much, staying within himself. 3-1 Indianapolis here in the bottom of the 8th. That's all for Sam Mole.
Pitching change for the Bats, and now for sure, Howard, although I guess that could change too, is that Isaac Mattson preparing for a save situation. although he won't complain if it's not a save situation when he comes into the game in the 9th inning. Right now it is. A 2-run lead for the Indians. Mattson ready to go when that time comes, as a new pitcher strolling in from the right field bullpen, first base line bullpen, I should say. It's come in for Louisville. Yosver Zululeta.
Say that again.
Yosver Zululeta.
I'm just kidding.
27-year-old righty from Cuba. Claimed off waivers last year from the Blue Jays by the Reds. Split his time between Cincy and Louisville last season. Right-hander wears number 37 on his back. He'll take over, trying to limit the damage here in place of the big league rehabber Sam Mole.
Boy, it doesn't look good from Mole's perspective in that 3 of the left-hand hitters he faced, he walked one after getting ahead of him 1 and 2, and he gave up a 2-run single to another.
With Louisville this year, Zulueta, his 11th appearance, no record of 4.91 ERA. He struck out 14 in his 11 innings, 5 walks, 10 hits allowed, 6 earned runs. Opponents batting .244 against him, good for a whip of about 1.36 for the right-hander. He's also made a couple of big league appearances this year, too. He's ready to go.
So are we.
Yeah, more or less.
Billy Cook, the batter. He's 0 for 3. More or less, huh? Popped to second, line to second, fly to right. That had to sink in when you said more or less. Okay, runners lead. Breaking ball is a strike. It's 3-1 Indians in the bottom of the 8th. Derek Hall in the clutch with a 2-run single to center. And a breaking ball misses low and away. And again, one thing you cannot forget if you were listening or watching, which will not be in the box score, the unselfish team play of Nick York, who went out of his way to hit a ground ball to the right side with a runner at second, nobody out, and that set it up. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-1. I wish, and I've said this before, but I wish official scorers had the leeway to charge him and give a man a sacrifice in that situation and not charge him with an at-bat. But they don't. There's a pitch inside a ball.
Yeah, especially a situation like that, Howard, because sometimes it works out and you're not really sure if that's what they were trying to do, but it was quite clear that's what York was trying to do, was to do anything he possibly could to get it to the right side.
And he got the man to third by doing so. Fastball high and away. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Indians 3, Bats 1. Zulueta stretches and delivers. Runner from first goes, a bouncing ball hit to third. Glove by Jordan, the throw across the diamond just in time to Rios. 5-3 on the putout, and that's all.
Indians are 3 outs away from tasting victory here tonight. Unlocked a 1-1 draw in the 8th inning with a pair of runs. They lead 3-1, and they'll make an Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen and bring in right-hander Isaac Mattson. 29 years of age. Mattson looking for his 3rd save of the year. He's 2-0 with a 2.45 Ernie, 19 strikeouts in 14 2/3 innings, all out of the Indians bullpen this year.
Okay, Andrew, 4,282 on hand. Blake Dunn, the batter. He's doubled and walked. 1 for 3. The Indians with a 3-1 lead in the top of the 9th. First pitch high and tight, ball 1. Outfielders, medium depth. The right-hander sets. And the fastball is a strike. Belt high inside corner. Ivan Johnson on deck. Mattson, the 5th Indians pitcher of the game. Starter Chandler went 5 scoreless innings. Here's a pitch that's a little inside, ball 2, another fastball. Mattson toes the rubber on the first base side of it. The infielders straight up, outfielders around to the right. 2-1 delivery. Low and away, missed with a breaking ball. And again, the right-hander looks in. Comes to the belt and delivers. Strike 2 called over the inside corner above the belt. The count's full. So far, Dunn hasn't swung the bat. Matson sets the payoff pitch right down meridian. Strike 3 called. He knew it. He turned and walked away. You're not going to challenge a pitch right over the heart of the plate. Now, I don't get it. How can you take a pitch right over the heart of the plate like that with a full count? Or with 2 strikes in general? But he did. And there's 1 away. And now Ivan Johnson 1 for 4, a single. And the pitch is low. Your job in that situation, get on base any way possible. Down by 2, full count. You can't take a pitch right down. I mean, that pitch was right over the heart of the plate. And the pitch is low inside. I hear them yelling about the Pacers. They're talking about it in the stands.
That must have went final. We'll double check here. No, pretty much. They're up 9 with 23 seconds to go.
Wow, that'll wrap that series up. The 2-0 delivery is a strike.
Well, so much for my Game 6 tickets. I'll still show up.
You still will.
Nobody will be there. But
well, it's nice of you to show up. It's very thoughtful of you.
80% of this world is showing up, Howard, or whatever the saying is.
And there's a high pop-up. Short left field. Cheng, the shortstop's there. He's got it. 2 outs. And now Francisco Urbaez, who has been hit with a pitch, singled, walked, and knocked in a run with a sac fly. So he's 1 for 1 officially. 2 men out, no one on in the top of the 9th. The Indians leading 3-1. The defense straight up and out away from the win. And the pitch is swung on. Ground ball hit to second right through the legs of Nick York. Right through his legs. And that'll be an error on the second baseman. It was a grass cutter right at him, not a difficult play. It's the first Indians error of the game. And the batter is Edwin Rios, a left-hand hitter who will represent the tying run. The right-hander stretches and delivers. High and outside, ball 1. Horwitz is holding Urbaez aboard. The potential tying run is the man at the plate. He's the important man. 2 men out here. Sometimes they'll play behind him, and that's exactly what he motions and he's doing. He moves behind the base runner, and I think that's a good move. You want the range. There are 2 men out and a left-hand hitter at the plate. And a changeup fouled back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Indians 3, bats 1. The infielders and outfielders swung around to the right. Matson sets. Runner leads. The pitch, check swing, foul to the left of the plate. Strike 2. Urbaez at first, 2 outs. The Indians a strike away from the victory.
And the rain picking up. It was sprinkling to start the inning, but it's getting a little more intense as we've gone on.
And again, the right-hander looks in and he stretches. Matson delivers high and outside with a fastball. Ball 2, 2-2. Rios with a slightly open stance, feet close together. Matson looks in. Urbaez leads at first. Matson to the belt. And to the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and this game is over. The Indianapolis Indians, with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th, defeat the Louisville Bats 3-1. They use 5 pitchers. The excellent pitching continues, and the Indians win again. Ring that victory bell. Thanks for watching the Indianapolis Indians on MILB TV. Indians postgame extra next on Fox Sports 1260 WNDE.